Today we will hear member statements by the honourable members for the district of Stephenville, Port au Port, Lewisporte, Twillingate, Mount Pearl North, Labrador West, St. John's East, Quidi-Vidi. The honourable member for Stephenville, Port au Port.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The province of Newfoundland and Labrador has a rich culture and heritage that makes us all proud. In 1995, 3 local Francophone groups on the beautiful Port au Port Peninsula joined forces in creating a regional Francophone organization to promote, preserve, and celebrate the wonderful Francophone culture and language of the West Coast. 25 years later, the Association Régionale de la Côte-Ouest, ARCO, has a lot to celebrate. Fitness gyms in our rural communities, children's books that share our culture, French bread ovens for families and visitors, regional bilingual festivals, promotional music videos, bilingual CDs, and French flag license plates, of which I am proud to say I have one. Congratulations to the volunteers and employees of ARCO. Here's to another 25 years of success. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The honourable member for Lewisporte, Twillingate.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It gives me great privilege to recognize an exceptional role model from my district. Miss Jade Roberts of Twillingate was a very accomplished athlete in her youth, excelling in a variety of sports, including a silver medal at the National Figure Skating Championships. Jade is now a competitive cross-country runner, and in 2019, she represented Memorial University Seahawks at the Atlantic University Sports Championships, where she not only ran away to win the gold medal, she was also named the Female Cross-Country Athlete of the Year. Another highlight in her running career happened in April, when Jade was honored with both the Butler Trophy for the overall Female Athlete of the Year at Memorial University and the Jubilee Cup for the Female MVP of the Seahawks cross-country run team. Jade's athletic career can only be surpassed by her professional career. She followed in her mother's footsteps, becoming a nurse, and currently works at the Jane Ray Pediatric Intensive Care Unit. On March 19th, her lifelong dream came true when she was accepted into Memorial University Faculty of Medicine. Mr. Speaker, I ask all members to join me in congratulating Jade Roberts for all of her accomplishments and wish her continued success in her athletics and studies at medical school. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The member for Mount Pearl North.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today I would like to acknowledge the many blood donors from Mount Pearl North across our province and country who voluntarily donate their blood and blood products to save lives. It isn't every day you can do something to save someone's life, but that's exactly what you can do every time you donate blood. Even the best trained medical personnel using the most advanced equipment can become helpless in the event of a patient needing blood. Blood is special. It can't be manufactured. It can't be replaced by animal blood. The gift of blood is essential to saving lives and can only come from another human being. There are no substitutes. There's a constant need for regular blood supply because blood can only be stored for a limited time. We can all save precious lives and bring smiles just by donating blood. A few moments of your time will be greatly rewarded by the thought of saving a loved one, a cancer patient, a bleeding child, or an injured motorist. Donating blood takes minutes, and the benefits can preserve a lifetime. I ask all those present to join me and celebrate and thank individuals who donate blood, and encourage those who have not yet donated blood to consider donating, as the need for blood and blood products is now greater than ever. Thank you.
The honourable member for Labrador West.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today to pay tribute to a dear friend, Art Huckster, who passed away on January 20th, 2020. Many locals will say that it was an honor to have met and worked with Arthur. He had many stories to tell and a contagious laugh. Art was a union activist for over 40 years in Labrador West, starting out as a shop steward before joining the local executive. Arthur worked at the Iron Ore Company of Canada and was a dedicated member and rep for all members of 5795. He served for 40 years on the executive, with 37 of them as their financial secretary. Arthur can be found at the Union Centre volunteering hundreds of hours to fellow members, fighting for each to be treated with fairness. Art provided solid leadership and guidance. His contributions to improving the financial viability of all USW locals during labor negotiation was something that the local union took pride in. Arthur's passion for helping others did not stop with his local. He was also a longtime advocate and volunteer for local food banks. Arthur is a friend to all. He was loved by his family and many in his community. I ask all honor members to join me in remembering Arthur and his dedication to his family, his local, and our community. Thank you.
The Honourable Member for St. John's East, Kitty Vidi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Black Lives Matter NL is a local chapter of a global movement founded in 2013 in response to the acquittal of Trayvon Martin's murderer. Black Lives Matter Foundation Incorporated is a global organization whose mission is to eradicate white supremacy and build local power to intervene in violence inflicted on black communities. In the wake of the murder of George Floyd by police in Minneapolis, Black Lives Matter NL held a historic rally against systemic anti-black racism and police violence. Thousands kneeled in solidarity as organizers and speakers brought to light the need for action on anti-black racism in our province. The solidarity and compassion I witnessed at this rally moved me, and I would like to thank its organizers, Khadija Raven Anderson, Precious Famalusi, Nuna Tawe, Brian Amati, Rico Milani, Dr. Dolores V. Mullings, Dr. Suleiman Giwa, Dr. Zanab Jarrett, and community advocacy groups including the Anti-Racism Coalition NL, MUNSU, Planned Parenthood of Newfoundland and Labrador, and Starfest. I ask all honourable members to join me in thanking Black Lives Matter and recognizing their work to end anti-black racism in Newfoundland and Labrador. Black Lives Matter, Mr. Speaker.